Color blindness affects approximately 0.5% of women and 8% of men in the world. That's about 1 in every 12 men and 1 in every 200 women. Color blindness is actually a color deficiency where people have a different color perception than we do. They have a harder time differentiating different colors. Color blindness is genetic. If you are colorblind, it means the instructions for your genes for the development of your cone cells are faulty. Men are more likely to inherit this deficiency because color blindness is carried on the X chromosome. Males only have one X chromosome, while females have two. If a female were to inherit an X chromosome linked to the deficiency, but her other X chromosome is functional, the normal chromosome would override the defective one. She would be a carrier but have normal vision. Color vision depends on our eyes and brain working together to perceive different properties of light. The color of light is determined by its wavelengths. Longer wavelengths are perceived as red, medium wavelengths as green, and shorter wavelengths as blue. Objects reflect some wavelengths and absorb others. The reflected light is perceived as a certain color. A leaf is green because its surface only reflects medium wavelengths and absorbs all other wavelengths. An object is white when it reflects all wavelengths and is black when it absorbs all wavelengths. We begin to see these colors when light enters the outermost layer of the eye, the cornea, and focuses it onto the retina, a thin layer of tissue at the back of the eye. The retina contains millions of light-sensitive cells called photoreceptors, which are shaped as rods and cones. Rods are more receptive to dim light, making them useful for night vision, while cones are more responsive to bright light, such as in the daytime, and are responsible for color discrimination. Cones contain 3 different photopigments that have a different sensitivity to light wavelengths. These different wavelengths are perceived as blue, green, and red. The red, green, and blue cones work together to allow you to see the whole spectrum of colors. A color deficiency is usually caused by one or more of these cones not working properly or by a fault in the pathway from the cone to the brain. Normal vision is referred to as trichromacy and is when all 3 cones are used correctly. Dichromacy is when only 2 cones are able to perceive color and one type of cone completely lacks function. Protanopia and deuteranopia are both types of dichromacy. A person with protanopia lacks the ability to perceive red light, while a person with deuteranopia is unable to perceive green light. The sections of the light spectrum which the red and green cones perceive color overlap. This is why red and green color vision deficiencies are often known as red-green color blindness, and is why people with red or green deficiencies see the world in a similar way. Although there is no current cure for color blindness, chroma glasses can help people with color blindness because they boost the saturation of red and green light.
When I first found out, I thought lots of people were colorblind. Like, I didn't think it was just gonna be like only a certain amount of people. And then I started finding out that I was just different than other people. And my reaction, well, I was really young, so it wasn't too big. But when I got older and realized, oh, this is kind of hard, I can't see as many colors as other people can, and it's harder for me. Like, I started feeling like lesser, but then I got over it. With cooking, it affects a lot. Yesterday we were browning meat, and the meat, like, it's all red, but to me it just looks brown already. So we have to make the meat from red to brown by cooking it, but I can't tell when it's brown. So I have to like set a timer or like make sure at a certain time when it's brown. Or like one day there was something, or we have dogs at home, and sometimes like if they poop in the house we have to clean it. I saw like a red toy on the floor and it looked brown to me, so I thought it was poop, so I go to clean it and I just pick it up and I was disappointed myself thinking it was just a toy, and it's completely different. To be honest, it feels kind of weird. Like, I know like I'll never be, well, probably won't be able to ever see like what you guys see. Like when you look at a sunset, it's probably beautiful. Like I've heard people like describe it. I've never like seen many colors. Like I see just like yellow. and like I feel like I wish I could see that. I'll describe it as what I see it, but most of the time I won't see it correctly, so I'll describe it. People hear what I see, but they won't see the same thing. So I'll describe like that thing as blue when there's probably purple, but I'll try to describe it how I see it. Sometimes if I see things like more than once, they'll describe it and like they'll say the color. So like I know the color even though I'm not seeing it like that, but I know it's that color because someone will have told me it's that. I'd usually describe it by its features. So I wouldn't say, oh, look at that green thing over there. Like it's like look at that green thing in the sky. I'd say like look at that plane thing in the sky, or look at the giant thing over there. I wouldn't describe it as the colors. I'll describe it as how it looks, but not the colors. It's hard. People always try to ask me what color is this, what color is that, like every day. But I'm just getting used to it. It's not fun. Obstacles would be like just not being able to tell what color things are. We have to play games where we have to get like a blue cone. And I grabbed a purple one and they're like mad at me because I messed up. And people are like, oh, you let the team down. I'm like, how am I supposed to know? I'm just colorblind. I couldn't tell the difference. To be honest, I can't really explain it because I can't see colors, so I don't know how much of a difference. It might make a big difference and be pretty cool, like seeing things in so much brighter new colors that I've been able to see before. But probably just wouldn't be able to explain it because I can't see it, so I wouldn't be able to relate to it. But it'd be pretty cool.